People of the internet, what is up? Close this down. So I'm going to try this the first time with music. I'm assuming that you could probably hear my music blasting. Maybe. I don't know. So just kind of thought that maybe I'd do a side-by-side with my old equipment. Obviously not the audio. So yeah, that's what this ride is. I'm also going to take a look at a place to put in my kayak when I finally get one. So just kind of nice Sunday stroll, so to speak. Of course, I'm not going to go the way that the directions tell me to go. I'm going to go my own way. A circuitous path, if you will. Mainly because I just want to test this side by side. So I got two cameras on top of my helmet, one on my chin and one on the very top, both of them recording right now. And I got to tell you, this makes my helmet very heavy, like noticeably heavy. And the one on top likes to grab the wind and kind of jerk my head around a little bit. So, excuse me. So I'm really glad that I figured out how to pop this front mount camera on. Of course, that makes it so I can't use my windscreen. That's all right. It's all right. I don't like much using the windscreen anyway, unless I'm going on like really long rides, which I can't see doing while recording anyway. So it's a win-win. It is a win-win. So I was editing the audio yesterday of my ride, and I gotta tell you, oh my god, it sounds amazing. Like, mouth-wateringly amazing. Makes me wonder why it is that I didn't just go this route before. Granted, I didn't have the GoPro before, so I don't know if it would have sounded this good with my cheap knockoff. My bet is probably not. Yeah, my guess is probably definitely not. Just because it's a cheap knockoff. Although I'm going to keep using this camera. I think I'm going to use this this cheap knockoff camera, this whatever the hell it's called. I'll look it up when I'm actually looking at the camera. But anyways, I'm going to keep using it for, like, I think probably just my kayaking stuff. And that way I'm not overly heartbroken if it gets wet. It'll be all right. Because all the reviews that I've read on the cases, and I've got like cheap knockoff cases because I am a cheap bastard. All of the reviews that I've read on the cases shows that they leak a lot. So I figure that'd be good for on the water. If it leaks, if it gets wet, okay, that's fine. It's a cheap knockoff. And I'm okay with that. I am more than, well, I'm not like okay with it, but I wouldn't be as heartbroken. So I bet I look kind of ridiculous having two cameras on my helmet. I don't care. I just don't give. Well, yeah, I just don't care. And the one in front of me isn't recording at the moment. I'll turn that on after I get to the spot where I plan on putting in a kayak. I just want to check the water levels because of all the rain around through here. It's been bad. So one thing I've got to say that this, front-mounted camera, I can't see how fast I'm going. So I was like driving in a 55 and I looked down to actually see what the speed that I was going. And yeah, I'm doing 75 miles an hour. It was awesome. See, 65 and the speed limit's 55 or 50 or something like that. I guess it doesn't really much matter if, you know, I don't even know what the speed limit is on this road that I'm driving on. So I'll take a look at the camera settings that I have set up. I think both cameras are set up pretty similar. 1080, wide, auto white balance, etc., etc. I mean, I'll put that into the video, into the notes, exactly what each camera's settings are. But seeing as how I primarily use these cameras for moto vlogging, I figured I'd give them a test. I'm not expecting too much of a difference out of this knockoff camera, because it's pretty decent. I mean, you know, for a knockoff camera. It's one of the more popular knockoff cameras that I've found. It had really good reviews. You know, granted, it's a couple of years old. They've come out with much newer models, but I'm primarily always looking at like older models of cameras and things. Usually you can find them cheaper. I mean, the one that the cheap knockoff that I've got on top of my helmet right now, I think I bought that for like 25 bucks. I spent more money on the SD card than I did on the camera and 2 batteries and like 2 cases and other random accessories. Yes, we should go slower. God, I love this little stretch of road. Oh, so I mentioned like all the other things that I was going to be doing. You know, the geocaching, the disc golfing. Something else I forgot to mention. Metal detecting. I'm going to get into metal detecting. I've got myself a metal detector. It's a pretty nice little metal detector. So I'm going to be getting into that, putting some videos up there. Up on YouTube, you know. So yeah, we got geocaching. We've got disc golfing. We've got metal detecting. We've got kayaking. Dude, 4 things. Motovlogging, 5 things. Man, that should keep me out of the house. That should keep me busy. Out of trouble. Right? Maybe. We'll see. And then archery, when I get a bow and arrow. All these things that I want to do. All these little hobbies that I want to, you know, pick up. And of course, I want to post them on YouTube. Holy shit, when was the last time you saw somebody on rollerblades?
What?
I got into a discussion with a buddy of mine about, you know, some things that I could do for my 500th cache. And there's like all these different types of caches that you can do. Your regular basic old caches, dime a dozen. They're pretty much found everywhere. Mystery caches, where you got to solve a puzzle of some type. And Earth caches, which, you know, you get to learn something about this planet that we live on. And I've been holding off on this 500th find for a while, just because I wasn't sure how it was that I wanted to go about doing it. If I wanted to get into it again, start posting videos again. I wasn't sure. So I held off on it. And my buddy is thinking probably a Earth cache, because those are fairly few and far between, I guess, as opposed to the other kinds. And so, you know, I kind of agree with them. They're few and far between. I don't have very many Earth caches. I have one Earth cache, which, you know, out of 500 or 499, whatever, I got one. So that should tell you. I mean, it's not like they're rare, but they're not as common. You know, whatever that distinction is. And I love this road. I really got to watch my speed, otherwise I could just blast through this road. God, I love this road. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to, you know, take him up on his suggestion of doing an earth camp. Something else I wanted to mention as well, you know, elitism. We all kind of experience it, you know, day-to-day lives and whatever. Well, I work for an inbound call center. I work tech support. Hello. Hello, hello. Anyway, yeah, back on track. I work, you know, a call center, inbound call center tech support for a large company. And so I talk to people literally all day. And of course I mentioned that I ride. And it is amazing to me the amount of, I guess, elitism that goes into biking, which is just fucking ridiculous. You know, you see like all these people, oh, you know, the biker wave, and Harley Davidson riders didn't wave, and all this other stuff, and it's like, really? Dude, that is awesome. Go ahead and go. Like that little kayak. Look at that little guy. Oh. I really want a kayak bad if you haven't, you know, noticed. But anyway, it's sort of like racism, you know? It's this elitist type look of, oh, you don't do this, or oh, you do this, or you come from here, you come from there. You wear this, you wear that, you know, whatever. And it's like these little cliques, these little groups that look down on other groups for not doing this, or for doing this, or for being from this area, or color of the skin, or religion, or, you know, whatever. And it's just so fucking stupid. So I guess what kind of brings this up is I was at work the other day, and of course, mentioning that I ride, I mentioned that I ride, and this guy, oh, what's your ride? Oh, you know, blah, 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 ride over here. He's Midwest someplace. And of course, he's just super excited. You know, oh, what do you ride? You know, what kind of rides do you do? You know, and I tell him, I'm like, oh, you know, I ride cruisers. And he's like, oh yeah, cruisers, that's the only way to go, man. You know, you get on these like sports bikes and crotch rockets, and, you know, those guys are just, they drive like assholes, and, you know, always fucking being hooligans and shit. Just really bad-mouthing like other riders. And of course, you know, I don't agree, because I don't agree with that. And I'm like, yeah, you know, fucking, if you ride two wheels, you ride two wheels, you know? And that's awesome. More power to you. And of course, he kind of backtracks a little bit. You know, oh yeah, blah, 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 you know, two wheels is cool, but man, where it's really at is you get on that that cruiser and you just go for these long rides, you know, which you just couldn't do on a sports bike. I'm like, okay, you know, not true, but whatever, you know, I'll let you gracefully back out. Shit, when was the last time you saw somebody on rollerblades? Yeah, he just kind of kept up, and then he's like, well, what do you ride? So I tell him, you know, I ride a Kawasaki Vulcan 1500. It's like, oh. And his voice just went flat. He thought he was talking to another Harley rider. You know? And it saddened me, you know, that he completely dismissed everything that I had to say about bikes and biking, because I don't ride a Harley. And I see that. Like, I see that all the time. I experience it. And you probably have too. You know, and then on top of that, you know, you got motorcycle riders versus scooter riders. So not only do we have like these internal squabbles, you know, within the motorcycle community of, you know, oh, you're riding a naked, or oh, you're riding a street bike versus a cruiser, or oh, you're riding a Harley. It's fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. Pisses me off to no end. And so, yeah, I was just kind of disappointed. And, you know, it made me start thinking, even people who don't ride Harleys are, you know, bad-mouthing scooter riders. And, which, you know, kind of pisses me off, because my wife, dude, she rides a scooter. And I've never had as much fun as riding a scooter. I mean, that's just, if you've ever been on a scooter, that is a kick in the pants. Nothing has made me say wee as much as riding a scooter. All right, well, that was fun. Water looks nice and calm. I'm going to try out this, you know, camera on the front of my bike now. See how that looks. I think I'm going to go back the exact same way I came in, just because I love that road so much. I'm going to have to get myself some replacement batteries, because, man, these GoPros suck down the battery. These are some power-hungry little bastards, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, baby. Woohoo! Alright, I'm going to close down this windscreen so you guys can hear me. And I'm going to, you know, spout off some more bullshit. You know, spin a yarn, as the old-timers would say. Yeah, so anyways, like all this elitism is what I was talking about. Elitism. You know, I find it so ridiculous that, you know, we're a relatively small community. I mean, you know, everybody's got a damn cage, but, you know, there's only a few that ride, I guess, relatively speaking. And what the hell should it matter at all, like, what it is that you ride? I'm saying, what in the hell does it matter at all if, you know, you ride a Harley, or you ride a Yamaha, or you ride, you know, a Japanese versus an American versus a sport bike versus a cruiser versus a large cruiser, you know, 1000cc and above, or a small bike, you know, below 1,000. You know, what does it matter if it's a scooter? Like, it should not matter at all. You got two wheels, you're out enjoying the wind rushing through your hair. What does it matter? It literally does not matter, dude. We all got two wheels, man. Women, people, sheeple. Don't be sheeple. Just don't do it. Don't be a sheep. Just kick back, enjoy the ride. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I don't mean to ride your ass. I'm just enjoying myself. I'm sorry. It's such a nice little park. I kind of want to come and, like, explore it. Hey, geocaching. I bet there's some geocaches in there. Ladies and gentlemen, get into the nerdiest sport around. Can it even be called a sport? I guess it depends. Have you done it? Are you fat? Yeah, so anyways, I'm done with the whole bitching about the elitism that I found. Scooters, you wave at a scooter, you do the biker wave to a scooter, and 9 times out of 10, they look at you stupidly. I think it's just because nobody ever waves to them. So they're shocked and they don't know what to do when somebody actually does. That's just my theory. I don't know, you know. But think about it. Think about it. What is it that you are elite about? Like, do you have an elitist point of view on something? Doesn't matter what it is. What are you? What are you elite about? And do you take that to the extreme of being down on other people for what it is that they like? You know, I'm going to challenge you. Think about that. Think about in your daily life. What is it that you are elite about? What is it that when somebody starts talking, like you got something in common with somebody? God, that is so pretty. Anyways, I lost my train of thought here. So are you like busy, you know, getting down on somebody? Do you roll your eyes? Do you just kind of shrug your shoulders or huff? You know, no, dude. I mean, the elitism is real no matter what it is that you like doing. I mean, it is. I don't know. It's just, I find it kind of ridiculous. Dude, it's just, it's all fucking stupid. The hell am I listening to? So, people, until next time, peace out. Stay safe. Think about your prejudices. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe. Tell me to go fuck myself. Anyway, I'm out. Fin.